Hey, welcome back, Social Work Tribe. In today's video, we're going to be going over RayTube practice question number 12, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's jump into it. A social worker has worked with an organization to develop a new program for people within the community to increase access to mental health care. The social worker wants to know if those within the community are satisfied with the program. Which type of evaluation will the social worker most likely use? A, quasi-experimental, B, formative, C, summative, or D, experimental? Like always, pause the video, reread the question, reread the answer choices, select your best answer, unpause the video, and then we'll jump into the explanation. Okay, if you picked B, you are correct. Why? So yeah, let's go through them. So with A, quasi-experimental, this is incorrect. Why? So quasi equals seemingly, apparently, but not really type of thing, right? Because like quasi, think of it like when someone's like, kinda. So participants are not randomly assigned. The researcher assigns them or instructs them in some way, which will determine if they will be in the treatment group or control group. And I put it right here for us. If we didn't know, the treatment group equals those receiving the intervention, which is the thing being done / taken. And I'll put taken because let's say it's a medication, right? Is being trialed, is being experimented. And the control group equals those not receiving the intervention, so the thing being done or the medication. So they may possibly get a placebo, like those sugar pills that don't really do anything. And we want to see if the person is like responding to that, if they are responding to it at all. So with quasi, when we're doing an experiment, so it's quasi-experimental, the quasi aspect of the experimental is kind of like seemingly, so it's not so random. So again, participants are not randomly assigned. So let's say you have a group of people, right? You have a group of people in a true experiment, whatever that intervention is, let's say it is a medication, right? You have a group of people. You don't know which a group of people is getting that that intervention, that medication, right? Let's say if like, okay, all the even people, like you're pulling numbers, right? All the even people that pull the even number, they'll get the medication, the intervention, right? But they're not being assigned it, right? With quasi, you're taking a bit more control of it and saying, okay, I'll have this group of people take it and that group of people not take it. But they are similar. But again, that's the main difference, where just jumping a bit to experimental, which is incorrect. Why? Participants are randomly assigned if they are going to be a part of the treatment group or control group. Again, the treatment group, those receiving the intervention or medication, the thing that's being done / taken. And the control group equals those not receiving the intervention, they get a placebo. So with an experimental group, because we want to see if whatever we're introducing, again, it could be whatever, literally whatever it is, or again, just a medication, right? We aren't being specific about, okay, I want this person to take this. Okay, I want specifically that person to not have it, because that's influencing the outcome. With quasi, you're taking more control of which people within that group is going to be a part of the treatment group and which part are going to be the control group. But nonetheless, those two are not the correct answer, because with this question right here, a social worker has worked with an organization to develop a new program for people within the community to increase access to mental health care. Cool. The social worker wants to know if those within the community are satisfied with the program. So that's what the social worker want to know. This program that we introduced, are the people satisfied with it? Which type of evaluation will the social worker most likely use? So this isn't an experiment that we're doing that we want to know. So that's why these two are out. C, summative, incorrect. Why? This occurs at the end. think of it like the summary. So it provides a summary or a description of how the intervention turned out to see if the objectives were met. So again, the question being asked, the social worker wants to know how the people are liking or not liking, this whole thing as a whole, right? We're not necessarily saying like, oh yeah, a quasi experiment, or getting the end result of everything. Formative is correct. Why? Designed to gather feedback and provide information to help make improvements, is an ongoing process for improvement and can be done at any time. So when it says most likely, out of all these four, formative sounds like the most likely correct evaluation that's being done to see if, again, how the people are liking it, how they're responding to it. And knowing this is important because when we're introducing a program or a system or anything, we want to be able to check it and see if it's actually getting the outcomes that we want. And again, the experiments are saying, okay, we're going to introduce this thing. Let's see how it kind of plays out, right? Summative, again, this occurs at the end, and this provides a summary or description of how the intervention turned out to see if the objectives were met, whatever those objectives we set out for were. Formative, this is designed to gather feedback and provide information to help make improvements, and is an ongoing process for improvement and can be done at any time. Because again, we want to see how people are responding to it. One example of that could be handing out surveys, right? That's why a lot of places do surveys. Hey, how are you liking the service? Did you like this aspect? Did you not like this aspect? Here's open space. You can write your feedback and everything. Let us know so that improvements can be made to whatever that service is, that intervention, that product, right? So again, that's why the correct answer for this one would be B, formative. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. Just a quick practice question. And you know what I say, 2 practice questions a day helps keep the exam anxiety at bay, because, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with 50 million practice questions. And, we're busy. We have our own lives, right? But we also want to make sure that we're getting that practice in and preparing ourselves for the exam. There's 2 aspects to these exams, right? There's the information piece where, again, if we don't know, like if we didn't know about, what a quasi experimental, formative, summative experimental is, it's going to be tough to answer the question no matter what acronym or anything like that you use, right? We're just going to pick the answer that sounds correct. So there's the information piece of it. And then there's the actual implementation piece of it, where we're actually practicing so we can go in there, pass this exam, and continue with our lives and our career for that matter. So, okay, tribe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, share with a social work friend, because we don't want to be licensed by ourselves. And you got this. You got this. Even if we got it wrong or got other questions wrong or anything like that, this is all a learning experience, right? We're going to learn and we're going to study, and we're getting better and better over time. So keep that in mind. We got this. Breathe. Take it as a learning lesson, and we're just going to keep moving forward from there. All right, tribe, I'm going to see you next video. Bye.